Welcome to Fantasy Football with the Dork and the Dude.
I'm the Dork.
And I'm the Dude. Hope you're watching us on the YouTube channel. Okay, Dork, how's it going?
It's going good.
All right.
We're separating the men from the boys, the wheat from the chaff, and
yeah, we are.
whatever other metaphor you got.
Yeah.
The good from the bad. And we're getting down to it. 13 games this week, and we're here to break it down for you.
6 weeks to go.
6 weeks to go.
Okay, Dork, you've got some information you want to give us on some betting.
Give me a Dork alert.
Dork alert.
Oh, God, here we go again. Dork alert.
Okay, this is from covers.com. Last week, as we know, the favorites lit it up. Depending on who you talk to, they were either 12-4 or 12-3-1.
Yeah, they were.
Up until so on the season, 90 favorites have won, 80 dogs have won. I don't know how many pushes, but before last week it was about even, 78 to 76.
Okay.
I also got road teams are slightly better than home teams.
I'd seen that somewhere before.
There's
no home field advantage anymore.
They have a four game record, out of a total of 170 games. So that's not huge, but it is a thing.
Yep.
The biggest one is road favorites. They're 37-30, 55%. Which means home dogs, not so good, about 44.8.
All right.
The big thing...
Road favorites, play those...
Play those road favorites. Unders have hit almost 60% of the time, 59.2.
All the pros are talking about that.
And it's possible you'll see the totals go down, because people are onto this and starting to bet the unders.
So that started weeks ago.
We can't say it'll continue, but it's been a thing.
Yeah, it has.
And from what I understand, especially the standalone games where Thursday night, Sunday night, if they got when it's the only game,
Monday night,
those have been going under like crazy.
Yeah, they call them the prime time unders.
Prime time unders. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's at almost a 70% clip.
So, yeah, even higher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well we wanted to pass that along.
But you don't believe in trends, so how would someone use this information if they don't believe in trends?
Well, most of it isn't. Most of them are near 500.
They are,
except the road favorites.
Right.
And I don't. Those are at 55%, and the unders at 59%. And the thing with trends is, Vegas and the bookmakers will try to correct for them. So,
yeah, they do.
So, I just don't take a whole lot of stock in them. Although I do feel good if I make a pick and then I hear about a trend that it applies.
That validates it?
That validates my pick, yeah. Okay, it's Fantasy Football with the Dork and the Dude. You can find us on iHeart, Stitcher, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and Apple. Anyways, Twitter, Dork and Dude FFL.
Yep. Yeah, it's been a weird a year betting wise.
It has.
The sports books got. I heard one guy who works at the sports books and knows when they get killed. He said this was probably the worst Sunday. Last Sunday was the worst. Well, last week in the NFL was the worst week for the sports books in at least 2 years.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they got annihilated, and that was because those favorites come in, and the public likes to bet the favorites.
Yeah.
Which means the Joes did good, the pros did not.
The pros got slammed from
and
everything I heard.
They've been getting killed all year.
Yeah.
I don't know how some of them are staying in business, except for their prescriptions that they keep peddling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you ready to do some dudes and dorks, Dork?
Oh, you know it.
Okay.
I live for it.
I hear you. Me too. Okay, so let's start it off. Give me some quarterback dudes.
Okay. This one might sound crazy because I've bashed him before.
Oh, you want the hatchet?
Yeah. No, this is a dude. But I did do a hatchet job on him before, but I think he's a good choice as a dude this week.
Okay.
And that's Kenny Pickett.
I don't
Mainly
like
because
that.
they're playing Arizona.
He's got a bad ankle.
He's got a bad ankle. Well, then make it Mitch Trubisky.
Uh,
Arizona can't stop anyone.
I hear you. Okay, so he'd be maybe a sleeper, or you calling him a dude?
I think he could be a dude.
Okay.
The only thing I'm hesitant about is Pittsburgh might just run, and he may not even have enough attempts to be a dude.
Pittsburgh's been putting up about 150 a week on the ground.
Yeah.
Um, okay, I've got this one's pretty obvious, but Tua versus Washington.
Yeah, I got two in Purdy.
I got Purdy.
And C.J. Stroud, and they're like the guys who are probably going to start anyways, but
Sure.
just it confirms it.
My sleeper's Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I got him too. Houston, for what a fun story they've been, they're terrible against the pass.
Yeah, their defense, I thought it was going to play better than last year.
Mhm.
Last year, remember, they were terrible against the run?
Yeah.
Now they're terrible against both.
Yeah, they're suddenly terrible against the pass.
Yeah. I don't know if it's injuries or what the deal, but
Yeah,
that's all I got. You got any more QBs?
I do. I got sounds counterintuitive, but I got. Let's see if it's in. I got Stafford playing against Cleveland.
A lot of people have him as a dork.
Now, I know. However, can I read you some stats I
Okay.
figured out on
Yep.
Cleveland?
Oh God, here we go again. Dork alert.
At home, they're 5-1. They're giving up an average of 10.2 points per game. I think that's in 6 games, and just 83.5 yards passing a game.
Wow.
So they've dominated at home. On the road, they're 2-3. They're averaging giving up 29.6 points a game and 212.2 yards passing a game in 5 road games. So this is a different defense on the road.
Uh-huh.
And they're playing in LA. Stafford might be heating up. So I'm gonna go out on the limb and call him a dude.
Okay, I like the Rams to win that game easily.
I do too, actually.
And so if they're going to do it, Stafford could be a dude.
He's got to be a big part of it, and you know it was Arizona, but he did light it up last week. So okay, I also have Carr against Detroit, Goff against New Orleans.
Carr, no way.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't like that one. Here you go. Do the hatchet for Carr.
Well, I hate to do a hatchet job on David Carr, but I'm going to.
It's Derek Carr.
I mean, Derek Carr
David was
might
his
as
brother,
well
king of
be
the
his
pick
loser
six.
brother David too. Yeah, he's put up some numbers and stuff, but he's banged up, and people are openly calling for Winston to be playing out there because it gives him a better chance to win. He makes the crucial mistake, like the pick 6 last week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for fantasy, maybe you don't care about that.
That's right.
But no, I see New Orleans not doing jack. The receivers are all banged up. No,
Could be a big Taysom Hill game. You better start him.
I am. He's in my lineup.
Okay.
Kincaid's on a bye anyway. Okay, who else you got?
That's it. I mentioned Trevor Lawrence. I think Cincinnati. He could have a good game.
He had a good game last
My
week.
guy.
Yeah, he had a good game last week. Okay, let's go running back dudes.
How about Jalen Warren, and Najee Harris from Pittsburgh?
I almost put them down, but
I think they're just
they're
going to
obvious.
roll
They're
through
obvious.
Arizona.
They're pretty obvious, I think.
Yeah.
But these guys are probably obvious too, and that's Singletary and Dameon Pierce versus Denver.
I got Singletary. Yeah.
Denver can't stop the run very well at all.
Mm-mm.
That's their weakness.
I got Ramondre
Your
against
boy.
the Chargers.
Yeah, that's probably a good call. Even though they're not scoring any points.
Well, that's the thing.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
You just hope he falls into the end zone.
I'll take it.
No, he can put up 100 yards. I could see that. Okay, I've got your boy Rashad White versus Carolina.
Okay. Carolina's been pretty good against the run the last few weeks, so I held off. I'm going to play him, but I didn't make him a dude.
Okay, and I've got Gibbs, Detroit versus New Orleans.
Yeah, what happened to that defense?
It's
Man.
collapsing. That's why they're not going to win this game. I got Denver on the damn money line.
You mean Detroit?
I mean Detroit on the money. No, oh yeah, they are playing Detroit, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I laid the 4 points with Detroit.
I got.
I need annihilation.
It's obvious, but I think Henry's going to have a good game against Indy.
Oh, I'm hoping.
I got Jeff Wilson Jr.
I got him.
And Pacheco against Green Bay.
Yeah, Pacheco. I almost put Pacheco down. He's got a good matchup,
And he's rolling.
he's rolling. He's a must start at this point.
I think so.
Okay, wide receiver dudes.
The Niner pair, Debo and Ayuk. I think they're both going to have a pretty good game.
Yeah, Philly secondary is terrible.
This is we'll talk about it later, I'm sure, but the more I looked at this, the more obvious it is that San Francisco's going to win and maybe win big.
Yeah, it's a little concerning because all the pros and the Joes are on San Francisco, and the line's not moving.
Mm-hmm.
Which the pros, that really freaks them out. They're saying, why are the sports books not moving the line when more money's coming in on one team? Are they trying to bait people to bet Philly or what?
I don't know.
But anyway, yeah, I can see that. I've got Jalen Waddle versus Washington.
Yeah, Washington might be the worst pass defense in the league.
I think so.
Worst overall defense.
I got Pittman versus Tennessee.
I got him and Josh Downs. I think Gardner's going to have a good game. He's going to be finding his receivers. I also have Pickens against Arizona and Hollywood Brown against Pittsburgh. I think that could be a surprisingly high-scoring game.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's kind of weak in the secondary.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go tight end dudes.
Dalton Schultz against Denver.
Yeah, I can see that.
Ingram against Cincy.
Right.
And Freiermuth. Let's see if this new offense that features him is going to keep going.
Dude looked awesome last week. I got my boy Taysom Hill versus Detroit.
Yeah, that's a good one. I kind of missed him, and I think they're going to lean on him a little more.
They better. I mean, Rashid's not playing. Olave's questionable with a concussion. Michael Thomas is out.
A.T. Perry can't do it all himself.
Tell me about. Yeah, you got. He's could be their number one guy.
Mm-hmm.
No, they'll be lining up Taysom out wide.
Yeah.
Or in the slot.
Taysom may throw a pass to himself.
He might throw. He might catch. He might run. I think he could get huge.
He might do it all.
Because Detroit's defense is garbage.
They've been, all of a sudden, they're terrible. They were looking good for a while, and
they're getting no pass rush. People are putting up 400 yards a game on their ass. It's not good.
They revived Jordan Love's career on Thanksgiving.
Oh, Jordan's going to be just fine. You watch going forward.
Okay, I also have the Tennessee guy, Okonkwo, against Indy.
Okay, he's got a good matchup.
And Laporta against the Saints.
Yeah, Laporta's as high as number 3 in the rankings.
That's another one of my guys this week.
Yeah, you playing him?
Oh, yeah. All hot TJ's on bye. So.
Okay, defense dudes.
Same game, Jets and Atlanta.
Okay.
I think they're both decent plays.
Atlanta's a turnover machine.
So
are the Jets. I hear you. I got Chargers versus New England.
Can I have the clown horn, or can you pull it
out?
Oh,
sure, yeah.
Remember a few weeks, or maybe before last week, I said, the time off may have been good for Desmond Ridder. He may come back better.
Right. It's not happening.
It did not happen.
I know, man. Well, we all do this. You get players you kind of root for.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then when they don't pan out, it's kind of hard to admit it.
Yep.
And
also you kind of just stick to them and say, okay, this is the week. Yeah, I know.
I hear you. Okay, I got the Rams versus Cleveland.
Yeah, I got them here again. Yep. You got who is it? They might bring back Flacco, or they have brought him back.
He might play, man.
He might play.
If he plays, that's gonna be super ugly.
He passed for a lot of yards last year with the Jets.
Yep, right.
He also threw a lot of interceptions. He's
a statue.
He's a statue. The Rams got a nice pass rush, and yeah.
Yeah. Aaron Donald, say hello to Mr. Flacco.
Yeah.
And I've got the Chargers versus New England.
Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, I got Miami against
Statistically,
Washington.
the Chargers D isn't very good, but New England could get shut out.
Yeah, but and the Chargers have had some high sack games. Um,
Yeah, they have.
so that's I think that's a good play.
Okay, you ready to go into dorks?
I'm I'm the dork, of course I am.
Okay, so these are dorks slash clowns that we hate this week.
I wouldn't play him in fantasy this week.
That's for damn sure.
Quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks.
There's no one really. Well, okay, the biggest name for me is Herbert.
I got him.
Because he's New England. Say what you want about their offense and everything falling apart, which we're all enjoying actually.
Loving.
But their defense has been pretty good, and rain's probably not going to have a huge effect, but it is going to rain on the East Coast and in the upper
Herbert
Midwest.
played at Oregon. I think he's used to rain.
It's not going to be a big thing, but it can suppress scores some. And
It can.
I just don't see him having a great day.
Okay. I got him too. I also got Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
Yep.
Pittsburgh. That makes sense. Again, he's I've heard at times he's a warm weather player. Not sure if there's any statistics to back that up.
Well, he's got small hands. He fumbles when it's wet. Sometimes he'll fumble, and of course anybody can do that. But I just don't like the matchup.
Yeah. Okay. And then some guys who are marginal anyways. I put down Baker, I put down Geno, and Jordan Love. I think is going to get shut down by KC pretty good this Sunday night.
KC's got a tough D.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You got anyone else or?
Nope. That's it for me. Running back Dorks.
How about DeAndre Swift against the Niners?
Got him. I also got your boy Ramondre.
Ramondre, a dork?
Dork.
Everyone's running on the Chargers. He's all they got.
Yeah, well, you have to get first downs and stuff.
Yeah, you do.
You have to have drives. And they can't do that.
Mac Jones ain't going to do that.
But, well, they're not getting any sustained drives. I think, they're having games like in the first half, they have 2 first downs.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't going to cut it. They're terrible. They're collapsing. I think they're tanking.
They might be, which makes betting on them difficult.
Oh, I'm staying away from all their games.
All New England games,
I haven't bet them. And I got Mixon versus Jacksonville.
Here, yeah. Also, Brees Hall and
I called Brees Hall last week.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I told him Thursday.
I'm sorry, Snake.
Yeah, that's
the hatchet job isn't on you.
That's Snake Plissken, baby.
The hatchet job is when I my weekly mention of Alvin Kamara.
There you go.
As a dork.
Oh, you're making him a dork again.
Yeah.
A lot of guys think he could go off this week.
He could. We'll see.
Okay, that's all I got.
I'll throw in Charbonnet.
Yeah.
And James Conner against Pittsburgh, I think, is going to have a rough go of it this week.
Yeah, that's
even
a tough.
though I may play him, but
he can get a touchdown or two.
He could fall into the end zone. Yes.
Okay, wide receiver Dorks.
DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett.
Got him.
I think it's going to be a tough night for the Seahawks tonight. So.
I'm with you, brother.
Okay, and I'll get the hatchet out. I think Mike Evans and the Bucs are going to struggle against Carolina.
Every time you call Mike Evans a dork, the dude goes off and scores 2 touchdowns.
It's been going off all year.
Yeah, he has.
That's okay. He's still a dork in my book.
You'd think you just hate him?
I must.
I can't see that. I like Ridley and Kirk versus Cincinnati.
I hope so. I said I hope so because I'm playing Kirk.
Yeah, they're going to be dorks.
Oh, they're going to be dorks?
Yeah.
Why do you say this?
The matchup. Since the one thing they do fairly well is protect against the pass.
Okay.
And I got Cooper Kupp versus Cleveland.
Okay. I got Garrett Wilson and the Green Bay wide receivers.
I called Garrett Wilson 2 weeks ago.
I know you did.
I
thought that was harsh, but you know,
but I'm being proven correct.
He hasn't done much.
And then Jack.
Now that Aaron Rodgers' Achilles is 100%.
I'm so tired of hearing about Aaron Rodgers, man. Aren't you?
Oh yeah,
I don't want to see him out there tiptoeing around throwing a football.
yeah.
Okay, so let's go tight end Dorks. I'll kick it off with McBride versus Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I got him.
Yep.
And I like him. He's my guy. But
Oh man, he's gonna be awesome. They
um,
let Zach Ertz go when he came off IR today.
you think Ertz is gonna go back to Philly because he asked to?
Philly could use him with Goddard
Yeah.
out. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Okay. You know the guy I mentioned, good or bad, one way or another, every week. Kate Otten will be a dork.
Okay,
It's like I can't decide on him whether I like him, whether he's my guy or not.
he's a dork.
And I also got Everett against New England and Higbee against Cleveland.
Yeah, those are both on most people's lists. Okay, let's go defensive dorks.
Philly.
I got 49ers.
Dorks?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
If
Philly
anything,
doesn't turn the ball
temper expectations, but I think
Okay.
there's a good chance they could be dorks.
over. Okay. I tend to
Philly's
agree.
got a good offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Looks like Lane Johnson is trending to play.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to play. And I got KC versus Green Bay.
I
Dork.
got Green Bay versus KC. It's
Oh,
dork.
we're on the wrong different sides on both those.
I love it.
Hey, how about side bets?
Side bets?
You're taking the Niners, right?
I'm big on the Niners.
Are
yeah.
you taking KC to cover the points?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm kind of thinking Green Bay there. We'll talk about that some
We'll
more.
talk about that later.
Okay,
It's fantasy football with the Dork,
Dork
and the Dude.
Yep, that's what you're
Sorry,
watching.
dude. I jumped your promo or whatever.
That's okay, man. All right, so every week we do picks, and the clown who picks worst gets to wear the clown mask the following Tuesday, which has been the Dork 2 out of the 3 weeks since we started this little game, and I'm assuming he's going to make it 3 out of 4 next week.
Well, that's not the plan, but we'll see.
Okay, Dork, lead it off. Tonight's game, Seattle versus Dallas. Dallas -9, and the total's 47.5.
I'm going to go. I think the Cowboys are just flat out rolling. They've been crushing lesser teams. And I'm going with Dallas.
I am too. Don't jump in front of a locomotive.
Yeah, that's about it. And that's what Seattle's doing tonight. And
Yeah.
hopefully Dak throws for about 5 touchdowns and 500 yards.
I hate Dallas. I'd like to
All of
see
them are over 50-yard passes.
Seattle somehow win this, of course.
I
hate the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, but
They've been playing a bunch of chumps, and everybody's already got them in the Super Bowl and shit.
But Seattle is
Collapsing.
They might be chump level with Geno struggling. I
Tell
know
me
he's
about it.
hurt a little, and I just don't see him keeping up with Dallas.
I don't either.
And I got the under 47.5.
I got the over.
Okay.
I think Seattle's going to score some points, and at home, Dallas is putting up like 29.
Yeah.
Okay, Miami -9.5 versus Washington. The total's 49.5.
Okay. I got Miami. Again, they've been beating up on the bad teams.
I've got them too.
And this is such a good matchup. Washington's pass defense, they're going to light it up, I think.
I do too.
And I got the over because I think Washington will score. Only concern here
I got the over too.
is Washington's offense is pretty darn good, and they could get a backdoor cover.
They could, especially 9.5.
9.5, but that's a chance I'm willing to take. Go Dolphins.
Me too. Okay, Detroit -4 versus New Orleans. The total's 47.
Where am I? I cannot figure out which way to go on this, so I took the dog, New Orleans +4.
I took Detroit.
That's a lean.
You want a side bet on that?
No. All the experts love Detroit. I heard on one pod today, this is the most heavily bet team.
Well, Detroit was last week, and that's why the sports books loved it when they lost.
Mm-hmm. It was all downhill after that Thanksgiving game.
Yeah, it was. But if Detroit would have covered last week, the sports books would have had a massive
Epically bad week.
Yeah, it was epic as it was. Okay.
And I got over 47.
I got under.
Okay. That's another one I couldn't figure out because I think there could be a lot of running, but both teams are so capable of lighting it up that
New Orleans, they're not capable of lighting it
they're
up.
capable of getting a lot of yards. How about that?
Okay, yeah, and that's the problem is getting in the end zone.
Yeah.
Red zone. Okay, Chargers -5.5 versus New England. Totals 40.5.
New England under.
I got Chargers and under.
Okay.
You want to bet that one?
No, I'm not touching New England. This is a lean.
Okay.
But I think that spread at home, they're going to cover.
I
think the Chargers are collapsing.
I'm not betting this game.
No, I'm not either.
Okay, Arizona versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's -5.5, and the total's 41.5.
It's not like me, but I am laying the big number and going with Pittsburgh.
So am I.
And I do like the over.
I've got the under.
Okay,
Pittsburgh goes under almost all the time.
I know.
Denver +3.5 versus Houston. Total 47.5.
I got Houston and under. Denver, and maybe they'll keep doing it, but they've been living off of turnovers.
They have.
And I think Houston's a better team. I think they win.
I'm taking Denver, especially because I'm getting 3.5, so I'm getting 3 in the hook.
Yeah.
And they've won 5 straight.
They have.
And Houston had a devastating loss last week.
That was tough. It took them out of it.
And they're a young team. I don't see them bouncing back.
Yeah, but
in fact, I've already bet Denver on the money line.
Okay, there you go. I don't hate that bet, but I just think Houston's gonna win fairly comfortably. So speaking of the 3.5,
right?
You know, last week when all the favorites covered,
right?
At least from the bets we had here,
yeah,
5 of them were 3.5. Those were 3 of the dogs that covered. So
yeah, well, that's why that's a
nice number to have. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big
and
number.
I'm going against it twice.
Okay, Indy -1 versus Tennessee. Total 42.5.
I waffled back and forth on this a lot.
Okay.
But I ended at Indy.
I did too, and I got the over.
And you know, Vrabel is supposed to be the magic underdog king.
Right.
Not this year, he ain't.
Well, and that's I was going to mention that. I'm glad you brought up Vrabel because that's the narrative on almost every one of these damn podcasts.
And he's been,
I'm not betting against Mike Vrabel, man, when he's getting points.
Yeah, and it's this year that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, Indy's going to win that game.
Yeah.
Okay, Atlanta -2 versus the Jets.
I'm going with the Jets.
I'm taking Atlanta.
I'm going with the Jets in the under.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Tim Boyle doesn't do it for me, or Jim Boyle, or whatever the hell
Tim Boyle.
His name is.
That was an Aaron Rodgers hire, I guess. That's his buddy or something. I don't even know.
The dude was on the couch 2 weeks ago, man.
Anyways, I like.
You want to do some money on that one? I'll give you 2, and I'll take Atlanta and lay 2.
Okay.
All right.
I will do that. I also like the under. So I got the little.
I got the over.
Paper for side bets here.
Yep, I'm taking Atlanta -2 versus those hapless Jets.
I think they're going to be so fired up with Aaron Rodgers coming back.
Oh yeah, I can see it happening.
Okay, $10, right?
As
usual.
As usual.
Okay. Good to get a side bet down.
Oh yeah. Carolina +5 versus Tampa Bay. The number's 37.
I got Carolina. I got the under.
I got Tampa Bay.
New coach bounce.
I got Tampa.
Got to run with it.
Yeah, no, Carolina. They're the worst team in the league.
And I look at this for me as a win-win, because
well, of course,
if I get it, I'm right. If they lose, great. They're still in. The Bears still have the number 1 overall pick.
That's it. Oh, so you're just kind of hedging?
I'm hedging.
Okay. I'm taking Tampa Bay and laying the 5, and
Okay.
I've got the under.
Okay, I got the under as well.
Game of the week, 49ers -3 versus Philadelphia in Philly. Total's 47.
Niners.
I got Niners
I think
too.
they're going to win comfortably.
It's going to be a tough game, but they will cover. And I've got the over.
They have 3 extra days.
Yep.
They're
healthy.
Any power ranking you look at has them on the top.
Yep.
And Philly typically down around 6 or 7. Philly
should have 3 losses.
Philly has had about 5 games this year that could have gone either way.
Yeah, those games don't happen with the 49ers.
No.
You either beat them or they crush you.
And I respect Philly. They're good at winning.
Yeah, they are.
To the point where I hate them. But,
and Hurts finds a way to win.
Yeah, Hurts is a good one. But
his record at home is like 15-1 or something.
Yeah.
But no, I like the Niners there and the over. Next,
I'm actually taking the under.
Okay. Next game, and another advantage the Niners have besides the extra 3 days rest. Philly played an overtime game.
Yeah.
That's they were on their defense was on the field for 95 plays or something.
Yeah, I remember seeing that Buffalo had 95 plays
those,
against them.
Those guys are going to be tired and beat up.
Yeah, and Philly is thinking about Dallas next week.
And the 49ers can come in and beat you up.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping is going to happen.
You start with the Niners are the better team, and everything else is in their favor. The rest, the way the schedule is.
Yep.
So
they're healthier.
They're healthier. Yeah,
okay.
They're a machine.
Yep. Next game, Cleveland plus 3.5 versus the Rams. The number's 40.
I like the Rams here.
Me too.
I'm laying the second time. I'm laying the 3.5, and I like the under.
I like the under as well. Kansas City minus 5.5 versus Green Bay.
It's 5.5 now.
Yep, 5.5 in Green Bay. Totals 42.5.
Sunday night. I'm going KC and I'm going over.
I'm going Green Bay and over.
Okay.
I could see KC winning that by 3 or 4.
Okay.
I'm waiting for it to go to 6, actually. That's why I haven't bet.
It was at 7 early, I think.
That's why I haven't bet. Yeah, well, I missed that move.
That'd been the time to get it, I guess.
Well, the only people that catch those moves are the pros that are up at 3 in the morning. And
3 a.m. Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Well, you can always get a look-ahead line. You can always bet a look-ahead line. Right?
I guess I actually have next week. I already threw down on Bears money line at home against Detroit. Something like plus 200.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like that. If you're gonna back anyone, you might as well back your team.
Back my team. And Philly, I believe, was favored early in the process, and then the pros just jumped on the Niners like nobody's business.
And the Joes are on the Niners as well,
which is surprising.
And here's an interesting stat I heard: Philly, their point differential.
Yeah.
Is like within 20 points or something. What they score and what they give up.
Yeah.
The Niners have the best. They're up there with Dallas with the best in the league.
Yeah.
And so that's. I don't see Philly crushing the Niners. Do you?
No.
If they win, they're going to squeeze it.
If they win, it's going to be a close game, and they get the tush push at the end to win. But
there you go.
It should be a good game. But I think the Niners will win comfortably.
Monday night, Cincy plus 9 versus Jacksonville. The number's 38.5.
This is another one I just want to stay away from because I have no idea what to do with Cincy in a big line.
I'm not betting it.
So I'm just taking the point, Cincinnati and the over.
Okay, I'm for our purposes, I'm not going to bet it. I took Jacksonville.
Yeah, I can see that too.
I laid the 9. I can see that being a 31-13 game.
Okay.
And that's it for our picks.
We got our bests.
I got my ones I've already placed, Dork.
Okay, let's hear it.
Have you bet some already?
I don't think I have.
Okay. You go ahead, lead the way. Your best bets.
Okay, as usual, I have 9 of them. But here we go. Miami, minus 9.5.
Okay.
New England and the Chargers, under 40.5.
I like that.
Pittsburgh and Arizona, over 41.5. Going out on a limb there.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Carolina, Tampa Bay, under 37.
I
The
can see that.
Niners -3.
Yep.
The Rams -3.5. KC -6 at Green Bay. Carolina +5.5 at Tampa Bay. Going way out on the limb there.
Yeah, you are.
And Jets Atlanta under 34.
But Tampa Bay, they haven't been crushing people, and Baker's
It's 5.5.
a little banged up.
I think Carolina can at least get it with.
But
within
Carolina
3 or
is
4.
so bad.
Yeah.
I can't bet that one. Okay, here's my best bets that I've already placed. I got the Rams at -4 versus Cleveland. I've got Detroit -4 versus New Orleans. I got Atlanta -2.5 versus the Jets. I got Indy -2 versus Tennessee. I got the 49ers -3 versus Eagles. And I bet Denver on the money line at +160
Okay.
versus Houston. And then I threw down one of these $5,
Prop bets.
a bonus bet. I got a bonus bet.
Okay.
You have to have 4 legs.
Okay.
Same game parlay.
Yeah. What
So
do we got?
So I put on tonight's game. I got Dallas -9. I got Dallas defense to score a touchdown, anytime touchdown. I've got over 47.5, and I've got a Charbonnet touchdown.
Oh, nice.
And then I threw
And what does that pay off?
that. What was that at? It was +400, I think.
Nice.
I didn't write that down, but yeah. I think it was +400 or something. Anyway, and it's a no sweat bet, so I get it back. So, and then I threw $10 on Dallas D to score anytime touchdown at +300. I'm going to keep betting them until they stop doing it.
Yeah, we talked about Thanksgiving. I had I want to say Dallas, the over. It was three leg parlay in that game, and it hit.
Yeah,
which was nice.
that is nice.
I want to say Dallas to cover. There was a Dallas defensive touchdown.
Yep.
And maybe Dak on the over for yards.
There you go. Nice.
Okay, that's all I got. Thanks for joining.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
Enjoy the games this weekend. It's December, when football is the best, especially if your team's in it.
Yep. We're gonna have to do just our little voodoo.
We're going to do a little voodoo incantation here.
Yeah, and anybody that watched, check the 8 Ball about is the voodoo curse going to take hold?
Is the voodoo curse? Is the voodoo curse going to take hold? It's a chintzy little 8 Ball.
Hey, it was $3.99 on Temu.
Maybe.
Okay, so it was still uncertain. Okay, so now
It has been told.
Yeah, but we're here we go. Anybody that watched Tuesday, I changed the curse from whoever's in first place to the whole damn league other than me.
Are these new?
Those are new. I've got a new gig for Tuesday. I got a new outfit. Okay, so thanks for watching Fantasy Football with the Dork and the Dude. Enjoy the games. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And if you're betting this weekend, wish you the best of luck because
Best of luck to all fantasy players and gamblers.
Little
and
Joes like us have been killing it lately.
jump on the gravy train, yeah.
That's it. Okay. Dorks and Podcast, everybody.
Got it.